Hi guys, this is Abi from Gokche Design. In this video, you're going to learn how to turn day into night in Adobe Photoshop. Let's start by duplicating your background layer. Next, click on the New Adjustment Layer menu and choose Gradient Map. With the foreground color set to black and the background color set to white, click inside the gradient bar to open the gradient editor. From the Basics dropdown, select Foreground to Background. Drag the black stop to the right and set it at 50% location. This should result in displaying of all pixels with the brightness value greater than 50%. Next, click on the Channels tab and select the red channel. Now click on Load Channel as Selection button. Go back to the Layers tab and delete the Gradient Map layer because we don't need it anymore. From the New Layer Adjustment menu, choose Curves. The current marching ant selection should automatically be applied as a layer mask. Now drag the top control point down and the bottom control point to the right. This should result in normalizing the overall brightness of the image. Change the blend mode of this layer to luminosity to avoid any changes in the color. To further darken the overall image, bring in the Levels adjustment. Drag the shadows and the midtone sliders a little bit towards the right. From the New Adjustment Layer menu, choose Photo Filter. Pick Cooling Filter from the dropdown and drag the density slider to 70%. Now click on FX and choose Blending Options. Use the Alt or Option key to split the dark slider in the underlying layer section. Drag the broken half slider to the right. This will ensure that the transition between the dark and light pixels is smoother. Bring in one more Curves adjustment layer and bring down the curves line a bit. From the New Adjustment Layer menu, choose Color Balance. Play around with the CMY sliders for midtones, highlights, and shadows dropdown, one at a time to your liking. Now create a brand new layer and use the foreground color picker to sample a red color from the car's body. Choose the brush tool from the toolbar. With a soft round brush and a flow value set to 5%, paint over any reflections you see on the car. Create one more layer and repeat the steps to remove any reflections from the windshield. If you would like to darken the image further, feel free to bring in one more Levels adjustment layer and drag the dark slider a little bit towards the right. Next, create a brand new layer and use the brush tool to paint over the headlights with white. Change the blend mode of this layer to Color Dodge. Now click on FX and choose Blending Options. Uncheck the Transparency Shapes layer, which is telling Photoshop to not use transparency as a boundary. With the flow value set to 10%, continue painting over the headlights to your liking. I'm also going to rename this layer to Color Dodge Brighten. From the New Adjustment Layer menu, choose Gradient. Click inside the gradient to open the gradient editor. From the Basics dropdown, choose Foreground to Transparent. Make sure both the gradient stops are set to white. From the Style dropdown, choose Diamond. Now drag the gradient down so it aligns with the headlight. Set the scale to 120%. Duplicate the gradient fill layer and then double click on the gradient thumbnail. Drag it to the headlight on the right. Feel free to change the angle as necessary. With the foreground color set to black, click on the layer mask of the gradient fill layer. Use a soft round brush with a flow value of 2% to clean up the gradient fill as per your liking. Repeat these steps for the headlight on the left. Finally, let's look at the before and after images. Looks good to me. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Until next time.